Hi everyone! It's time for another cooking sharing session. For some reasons, at this time of the year, I love having a lot of soups. And what's more appropriate during the October month than pumpkin soup? Today, I'll show you how to make the pumpkin soup the Vietnamese way. Here's your shopping list. You only need half a pound of ground pork, some scallions, pumpkin. Not sure how much here because you can use more or less depending on your liking. The piece of pumpkin I use here is rather small, and it was enough for 2 servings. We also need some salt, pepper, sugar, and fish sauce. You can find fish sauce at most groceries now, but if you don't have it, no worries. You just need to use a little more salt. Okay, let's cook. Prepare your meat. Half a pound of ground pork, 2 teaspoons of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, some peppers, some chopped up scallions. Don't use up all your scallions, leave some for later, and 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Mix them all up and leave them to one side. Cut the rest of your scallions into pieces about 1 inch thick. Moving on to the pumpkin. We need to peel away the skin. This takes a little bit of muscles, so I find it easier to cut it into little pieces first and then cut the skin. I cut about 1/4 inch into the pumpkin to make sure all the green on the outer layer is gone. Wash and allow them to dry for a little bit. Moving on to more serious stuff now. The soup. Medium-sized pot. Have the heat on high and pour 4 cups of water into it. A little bit of salt and wait for it to boil. Once it starts boiling, put the meat into it. I use a fork to portion my ground pork into small bite-sized chunks and drop them into the boiling water one by one. The water will soon start boiling again, and you should expect to see some bubbles. Make sure you get rid of these. They would make your soup cloudy and you don't want that. After getting rid of all the bubbles on the top, we can start adding sugar. 2 tablespoons, some salt, 1 teaspoon, and fish sauce. Yes, again, fish sauce. I can't help it, I'm Vietnamese. This time, we add about 2 tablespoons of it. This doesn't have to be exact. Taste your soup and adjust to your liking. Happy with the taste? Time to add the pumpkin. Be mindful of the boiling water. Drop a few pieces at a time. Gently. Don't dump the whole thing in. This is how you get burned. You're almost done. Close the lid at this point for about 10 minutes. The pumpkin needs to be cooked. You hear all kind of noises, but unless the water is spilling out of your pot, don't open until the time is up. Your pumpkin should be all nice and soft when it's cooked. That's how you test it. Poke the pumpkin chunks with your spoon or your chopstick to see if it breaks easily. If it does, you can turn off the heat and get ready to serve. Right before serving, add the scallions pieces. They give the soup some contrasting color and some extra flavor. Voila, my friends! You have just made yourself some Vietnamese pumpkin soup. Enjoy!